Alright, welcome back to this week's new video, and today we're going to talk about if the Sony A6400 is still worth it even in 2024, even though I'm recording this in 2023, but I mean it will soon be 2024. And just so you know, I can't really show you the camera right now because I'm recording on it right now. So if you didn't know yet, every single video that you see on my channel, basically at the very beginning, is all recorded on this camera, and I've been using it almost for 2 years now. And let's talk about it. Now, this camera was first introduced at the beginning of 2019, and I bought it at the beginning of last year, which is 2022. And this might sound a bit old compared to many new cameras that Sony just released recently, like the ZV-E1 I still think this is a great choice for many amateurs and beginners who want to get into this world. Oh yeah, and as you can see, I wrapped my camera in this very cool body wrap. Everywhere I take this camera, they always get compliments. They'll be asking me, where did I bought this? So yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty unique. I think I'm the only A6400 out there who has this skin. So, you know, it's the small details. So for the video specs, it can support up to 4K, but most of the time I only record in 1080p because the file sizes are smaller. And also, can you really see a difference? For example, if I switch to 4K right now, let's switch to 4K. Just tap this button, change the FPS. Here, press record. Do you actually see a difference between 1080p that I was just recording at and 4K right now? Does my face look sharper? Does it look, I don't know. I don't use 4K. Now I can also record in 120 FPS, which is pretty impressive. Well, maybe not impressive at this day and age anymore. But anyways, I recently just started shooting a lot of sports for my school's team, like the football team, the volleyball team. I'm probably gonna shoot basketball maybe in the next year, in the new year, but who knows. And the 120 FPS slow-mo really makes each hits, each tackle makes like super smooth, and everyone just love the results. They all be wondering like, how do you get such smooth shots? How do I have such steady hands? I'm like, you know, it's like 120 FPS on this camera. Now, although I mainly use it for video, for content creation, I also take a lot of photos for thumbnail or just travel photos. The photo is also really sharp, it has really good color science, and I'll probably show you a few of my favorite photos taken on this camera. So it shoots 24 megapixels, and if you're shooting sports photography, the shutter speed is also really good. I've also shot quite a lot of sports like cars with this, so I can show you maybe some on the screen right now. Alright, now all these nerdy specs are out of the way. Let's talk about the design and the form factor. So I've taken this camera to all around the world, Banff here in Canada, if you know, you know, and also during the summer in Turkey and New York and just many other cool places. And I've carried this camera with me all the time, and really love the small form factor. Now when it comes to the form factor, it always depends on what kind of lenses you put on this small body. So for example, if I get my 18-105, which is also wrapped in the same skin, so if I put this on, it looks pretty cool. But when it comes to the form factor with this huge big ass lens, it will be pretty front heavy and it won't be such a small camera anymore. But on the bright side, if you use a small lens, for example, like this 10-18 wide angle lens, it'll be very easy to carry with and pretty lightweight. It's not gonna be a huge pain that I have to carry around like a full frame camera. Like I've held some of my friends' full frame Sony cameras, and they're hella heavy. Like it's like a workout. It's funny because whenever they ask me how I vlog myself with only one hand, and I never understood them because I always thought you just do it because this camera is so light. But when I try their camera and holding in one hand, I'm like, I'm out. But yeah, this is an APS-C camera, and I think many of the new Sony cameras are still using the same sensors as the A6400, which just shows how impressive it is till this day. But they also look a bit different depending on how they process the image, different color science, blah blah blah. Now another thing that's really appreciated if you're trying to record YouTube videos and create content, like this one right now, is this flip up screen that's on it. While it's not like a 360 flip out screen like many full frame cameras, but you know, it's better than nothing, right? So I'll take it. The only downside I would say is that when I'm recording myself, hold on, let me just show you, right? So when I'm recording myself, it's not gonna show the ISO that's supposed to appear down here, like ISO 3200, because it's blocked by this eye protected thing. I don't know what they call it. And also the normal mic mount is supposed to be here, so it would just block your view from seeing yourself. So what I've done is bought this little adapter sort of, so it puts over here, and it makes this really weird shape, but you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Oh yeah, and one more thing that I just realized when I was filming some B-rolls for this video is that if you're trying to buy a camera, not only saying if you want to buy an A6400, but just any camera, just look at how many stuff there is. Different accessories, gimbals, gigs, rigs, batteries, mics, mounts, whatever, battery charger. There's a lot that you have to buy for a camera if you want to use all of the feature and want to have some other features. So what I'm saying is that don't blow all of your money only on the camera body. Spend some more money on lenses, buy some good quality lenses, don't use the kit lens. Also save some money for many accessories that you might use and that you might want for the camera in the future. Okay, now let's get to the other part of the question, which is who is this camera really for? And I think I really know the answer to that question because I've been using it and putting it in all different kind of scenarios, and I've shot basically anything that you could think of, any type of photography and filmmaking with this camera. And the conclusion that I have is that it's an amazing all-rounder that's good enough for everything that you want to do, but it's not perfect. So in terms of the who is it for, I would say it's for amateurs and beginners who want to get their feet wet in this photography and filmmaking world, but still want to take it seriously and make some really cool stuff while still not burning a hole in their pocket. So if you put it all together, it's basically like you want to try this thing out, but you don't know which camera you should buy. And honestly, I have no guilt for recommending the Sony A6400. So honestly, I don't know how long I can keep using this camera for, or I should say how long it is gonna last until it just like really dies out and just lose a competition between other cameras and I hop over to a new one. But right now, this is the perfect camera and I don't see upgrading anytime soon. So yeah, so that's my thought on whether if Sony A6400 is still worth it at this day and age. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like, drop a sub, and if you want to see more of these, tell me below. And if you want to see a review of these two lenses that I have, how I use them, blah blah blah, let me know, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Oh yeah, and also Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone. I think by the time you're seeing this video, it will be Christmas, so